Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. I tell you, I had Blanche Lincoln on and getting my blood pressure rolling, career-ending blow that she gave to herself, supporting Obamacare. You know, and I know she felt a little torpedo talking about that, but I find a hypocrisy that someone with her background, legislative-wise, as an advocate for independent contractors, I haven't met a single independent contractor who is fond of Obamacare. And so anyway, we should have had her at the end because now my blood pressure is boiling after that. And now I get a very pleasant guest like Sissy Lappin, who is our new contributor at USDailyReview.com. In fact, she is one of the editors over there in the Prestige Properties section. And if you check out over there today at USDailyReview.com, you'll see more information about her. And we're delighted to have you on the program. We're delighted to have you be regularly featured over at USDailyReview.com. You're going to be a great addition over there, and welcome.
Well, thank you. And I want to bring up something that might make your blood boil even more.
Oh, great. Thank you.
You know, we're kind of insulated in the Houston, Texas market. But right now, up in Washington, we've got the National Association of Home Builders and the National Association of Realtors up there lobbying to lower credit scores again. Oh, my. I mean, have we not learned anything? When you lower these credit scores down to 620, which we did, 1 out of 5 homes, 1 out of 4 homes is a foreclosure. And you've got less than 5% down. When you actually put down 10%, that goes down to 2%. And they are up there again lobbying, trying to get another bill passed to stimulate the market. Well, what it does is, you know, so home builders can build more planned communities. I mean, we've learned nothing. It's how many times do we have to repeat this mistake? Yep.
What's that definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, and that's exactly what they keep on doing. Let's talk a little bit about some good news, though, in terms of what you'll be doing over there at both priceofbusiness.com and USDailyReview.com, the national news website that we are delighted to be affiliated with. So tell us real quickly, first of all, I want them to be really familiar with your background. What sold me on having you involved with our media was your background and your experience, and the fact that you don't have a retail attitude when it comes to real estate. There's a lot of that, in my opinion. You have a much more relationship-driven attitude when it came about that, and then you just got so much experience. And so, and looking at you, frankly, difficult to believe how much experience you have. So glad to have you involved. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Okay. I do have a very different approach, and I feel like having a retail attitude is in many ways what got us into this mess. This is, whenever you buy or sell a home, it needs to be looked at as a business decision. And so many times we try to put the emotional side in it. This is a big investment, and if you do it wrong, you will lose money. And these are hard dollars that you never recoup. I mean, it takes years and years. If a home loses 4 to 5% of its value, it takes 8 to 10 years to recoup that. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it has to be looked at as a business. And what I do is I, really study and, once again, do analysis paralysis. And, for example, if you go on my website, I have a book that you can download for free, How to Successfully Sell Your Home. And it takes you through how to price it, how to look at it from a business aspect and not an emotional aspect. And then I'm also in the process of finishing another book on how to buy a home and how to buy it right. You know, so many times it's kind of like going after the pretty girl. Well, in the end, it doesn't quite work out. And the same thing happens in houses as we go in and we see those glitzy granite countertops, and we'll pay $30,000 more for the glitzy countertops that cost, maybe $2,000 to put in. And you wonder why you can't get out alive when you go to sell it. And so that's what I want. I just feel like an educated buyer and seller is the best buyer and seller out there. And the more information they have, the better decisions they make.
Yeah, you gave me a copy of your book, and I absolutely loved it. It was very hands-on, very practical, and I'm sitting there thinking, if you're a home buyer, and I don't even care if this is your first home or your sixth home, you're going to want that kind of information to navigate through that process.
My goal is for every buyer and seller out there to basically be a know-it-all, where they have done all their research. even when they're doing improvements to their homes, one thing I've seen in the past year is people want quality improvements. This day of, doing kind of a hodgepodge job is gone. And I was trying to figure out how the buyers have kind of seen through this. And I was watching HGTV where they were remodeling, and people know now how to even look at a tile job and know if it's a quality tile job. So knowledge is power.
Yeah, absolutely. And, the seems like there's been a dramatic paradigm shift in a way. I'm not sure if that's quite the right word, or an awareness shift in the last decade or so. And the DIY channel and those type of things have really cultivated that. And I say bravo to people out there for being better consumers, because guess what? That's going to make better companies.
Kevin, one thing, as I said, and actually I'm doing an article on this, how real estate is really transformed from an inefficient to an efficient market. And you now have access to the comparable sales. You know how many days that home was on the market. You're armed with information, and we've become an efficient market. And so I don't think you're going to have the dips that you had because of that. Buyers, are very cautious now.
Yeah. No question about it. And so, sensibility is just such a great idea, such a great concept. And so talk a little bit about what we're going to be seeing in the weeks to come, in your columns over there at usdailyreview.com. And we're excited because, and in fact, you're helping me in this, locate realtors in other major markets. Because usdailyreview.com, with over 500,000 hits every month, is not just another regional, website, not just another cute blog or whatever to come onto the scene. But only a year and a half old, over 500,000 hits. It's a true national news web platform. And we wanted a great place for our prestige properties to be found, and that's what you're helping us develop as one of our editors. But what do you see as far as content that you'll be providing?
Well, for example, one of the first articles I'm working on is how do you price your home? And, a lot of times realtors will come in and they'll give you an inflated price to get the listing. Well, it's fun to dream, but this is not the time to dream. And so, and realtors are not going to be a genie. So the first article is how to price your home. And there's a science to it, believe it or not. It's not rocket science, but there is a science to it. You have to look at 3 key factors, and that is the condition of your home, what you're competing against, and attrition. And we often overlook attrition. Attrition is how many homes are being absorbed in that price range per month, and that gives you an idea. So, the articles that I'm doing are going to be on empowering both the buyer and seller with knowledge that they can use in today's market, not yesterday's market, today's market.
Plus, you'll be showcasing some beautiful homes in there as well. I mean, that's, to me, one of the most important things of a good real estate section like Forbes has and Architectural Digest has and that type of thing is the visual, the eye candy, if you will. We'll have some of that as well. And drawn directly from your site, you got some great tools to really appreciate what those rooms and homes are like. Talk
Absolutely.
About that as well.
That's one of my favorite things about this job is getting to see these incredible homes. And not all homes that are incredible are big homes. I mean, there's just some...
Or mega expensive.
Yeah,
I'm looking at a home right now that's a townhome that is, a little more than $250,000. But my goodness, it does. It really resonates. Something in Architectural Digest is phenomenal.
It has that wow factor.
Yeah. Absolutely. So we'll be seeing a lot of these as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. My favorite thing to do in the business.
In fact, it looks like every day in a house like this is a staycation.
Well put. Well put.
Maybe that'll be your new motto, right? Every day in a house like this is a staycation. All right. You're going to get much more from Sissy Lappin in the days and weeks to come. She'll be on twice a month to kind of give us updates of recent articles that we have over there at usdailyreview.com. And then also over time, I'm going to have her on with other editors from other cities as we develop those markets so we can really keep a handle on the trends that are making a difference. And thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. I want you to check out Lappin. That's Lappin properties.com. Again, she's now the new prestige property editor over there at usdailyreview.com. You're listening to The Price of Business. More right after this.